Hey, how you doing? I'm Jim, and this is Jim Tells You. And this is just a short video that I'm making to try something out about news stories that I'll be doing. And hopefully, if you like it, let me know, and I'll continue to do these little short stories, little videos. If not, if you prefer the live streams, let me know, and I'll do whatever the audience wants, because that's the whole point of doing this, is make the audience happy and make you come back and subscribe and watch the videos. Today, we're talking about a scandal. It seems there was an issue with the Secret Service at Obama's mansion, and emergency services had to be called to the scene. It says a scuffle between Secret Service agents breaks out at Obama's D.C. residence. Here's the report. A physical altercation between a pair of uniformed Secret Service agents guarding former President Barack Obama's D.C. residence earlier this week necessitated a call to a supervisor, according to a report. Susan Crabtree, Real Code Politics national correspondent, posted a scoop on X platform which contained alarming details as the administration seeks to rebuild the agency and its trust with the American public following the near assassination attempt on President Donald Trump's life last summer. Two female Secret Service uniformed division officers got into a physical fight outside former President Obama's D.C. residence while guarding it. So two women got into a fight at Obama's house, and they had to call the cops on two Secret Service women who got into a fight at Obama's house. That's classic. The fracas, as they're calling it, fracas. Make it sound like they're arguing over what they have for dinner. The fracas occurred at roughly 2:30 a.m. What was going on at 2:30 a.m. at Obama's house? The two uniformed female Secret Service agents got into a fight. I mean, what could possibly be going on that would cause this to happen? It's alarming, isn't it? Disturbing. I don't know. Wednesday morning, according to two sources in the Secret Service community, the lack of professionalism was on display during the fight, and in a call one of the women made on a recorded Secret Service line. Oh God, I would hope that we could get that recording. That will be gold. That would be awesome to be able to hear what they sound like. Could this have been a fight over a broken nail? Someone used someone's brush. Someone ate someone's lunch, maybe. No, there had to be something else going on here. Oh, here we go. That's what they say on the recorded line to the supervisor to immediately come to the scene before I whoop this girl's ass. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That sure sounds like something straight out of World Star Hip Hop, maybe? She continued in the post that contained alleged audio recording of the call. The woman officer who made the call was upset that her shift replacement was late and assailed her verbally and physically when she finally did arrive to relieve her. Audio of the early AM call is now circulating among the agents and officers and is attached to an X post. Well, we're going to have to find that X post, aren't we? We're just going to have to listen to what it says. I mean, we have to. Okay, I got the recording of the call. Let's listen to it and hear what it sounds like.
Immediately before I whooped the girl's ass.
Let's listen to that one more time, because I could make out what they're saying, but there's a specific dialect I'm trying to hone in on to try to decipher who this might be.
Immediately before I whooped the girl's ass.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I must say, I would expect more from Secret Service agents protecting presidents, wouldn't you? Seems like maybe we should be screening people better. I don't know if this is DEI, if this is just lack of standards, but generally speaking, people who protect the president are supposed to be the most top qualified, the best at the job, and it'd be weeding out any person that might have a penchant to get violent at the drop of a hat or something like that. It seems like maybe this should have been worked on a little bit better and workshopped, and maybe some changes need to be made in who we hire at the Secret Service and who's actually protecting presidents of the United States. Here's a story about this incident from Headline News. Let's hear what they have to say. Secret Service agents get into cat fight outside Obama's home. So they're calling it a cat fight. It's unclear whether either woman was injured or whether they will be disciplined over the altercation. Two female Secret Service agents reportedly came to blows at Barack Obama's D.C. crib while they were supposed to protect the former president's residence early Wednesday. Okay, so maybe Obama wasn't there. So maybe they get less qualified people when the president's not actually there. Doesn't add a lot of confidence in the Secret Service and who's protecting presidents and stuff, does it? I mean, it's kind of like this whole thing with what happened with Trump and Butler and at the Mar-a-Lago. Kind of makes me wonder who's running the Secret Service and actually what they're doing and how they're doing it. You know, at around 2:30 a.m., one agent summoned a superior before threatening a fellow agent in a now viral audio clip that we just listened to, released by Real Clear Politics reporter Susan Crabtree. Can I get a supervisor down to Delta 2 immediately before I whoop this girl's ass? The agent demanded. Susan Crabtree's tweet here, which she's a good person, maybe follow, check it out. Breaking scoop: is DEI still plaguing the Secret Service? Fracas outside Obama's residence raises new questions. Get a supervisor immediately before I whoop this girl's ass. Two female Secret Service Uniform Division officers got into a physical altercation. According to Real Clear Politics, the agent was upset that her shift relief arrived late. After that, she assailed her colleague verbally and physically when she finally did arrive to relieve her. The audio reportedly being shared among agents and officers is unclear whether either of these women were injured or whether they would be disciplined over the altercation. Crabtree reported the fight did not wake anyone in Obama's residence or surrounding neighborhood. Oh, so Obama was there, or someone was in the house. The alleged incident comes amid growing scrutiny of the Secret Service recent fixation on diversity, equity, and inclusion policies under former director Kimberly Cheadle. Cheadle, appointed by then President Biden in 2022, faced criticism from several lawmakers who questioned the readiness of the new agents during the assassination attempt on President Donald Trump in the summer of 2024. The backlash prompted Cheadle to resign in disgrace in July, though the Secret Service stood by the agents in public statements. As an elite law enforcement agency, all of our agents and officers are highly trained and fully capable of performing our missions. Well, it doesn't really sound like that. And it is an insult to the women of our agency to imply that they are unqualified based on gender. But I'm not saying that these women are unqualified based on gender. I'm saying that women are unqualified based clearly on their ability to maintain composure and not get jumped to, like, it seems like someone just jumped to violence at a drop of a hat over some minor inconvenience. That's not something we want from people who are actually supposed to protect someone. What if they got upset with the person they're supposed to protect? What would happen then? Would they assault the president or the president's wife or, God forbid, one of their children? This is not something that's acceptable from the United States Secret Service. DEI at the Secret Service was pushed heavily during the Obama era, according to a book, Zero Fail. The agency threw out hundreds of qualified applicants in favor of DEI candidates. Well, maybe this is what happened. Some of whom did not even know what the Secret Service does. Well, they thought it was a secret, maybe. They didn't think no one would tell them. Shh, don't tell no one. This is what we do. It's a big secret. Can't let no one know. We got a tweet here. DEI was implemented in the Secret Service in the early 2010s, and this was the result. The agency threw out 300 qualified applications, replacing them with applicants who didn't know what the Secret Service did. Other applicants includes a 400-pound man, some with prosthetic. Wow, that's crazy, with prosthetic stuff. I mean, maybe we'll finish reading some of these here. Other applicants including a 400-pound man, someone with a prosthetic arm, and others who said their roommates don't like cops. There's an excerpt from the book Zero Fail, which is crazy. I'm going to have to look more into this book. Here's more of the tweet from Susan Crabtree. We'll just read a little bit more of this. I had to go find it. It says, breaking scoop, DEI still plaguing the Secret Service, fracas outside the residence. We went through all that. 2 Secret Service agents got into a physical fight outside of the president's home. Went into that. 2:30 in the morning. Lack of professionalism. Yeah. Fight did not wake anyone in Obama's residence, or so. Yes, we talked about that. So someone was there. I wonder who was home. Was Obama there? Was his wife there? Were the kids there? Was it just like staff? I mean, we know it wasn't that chef that drowned, but maybe there was a different chef there. Okay, and the incidents raising new concerns is, it says Cheadle resigned under a cloud after the J-13 assassination attempt against Donald Trump. The Secret Service for years has experienced low morale and severe manpower shortage, which also contributed to lower hiring status as the agency works to increase its agents and officers. And then we got a special agent, Rashid Ellis, earlier this year publicly stated that he believed Secret Service DEI policies and agendas are currently responsible for the Secret Service failures at Butler that led to the near assassination of Trump. And numerous sources have questioned Sean Curran that Trump tapped to lead the agency. So basically what we have here is we had 2 women, at least one of which seems to have been possibly unqualified for the job. Maybe both were unqualified, or one showed up late, which is standard operating procedure for this new generation of people, it seems like, that just can't show up on time for anything. And the other one didn't like it because she had stuff to do or somewhere to go. And instead of handling it the right way by just, you know, clocking for overtime or calling her boss and just saying, hey, someone didn't show up, what's going on? They decided to get into a physical altercation in a physical fight outside of President Obama's house. Pretty ridiculous, isn't it? Well, thanks for stopping by to watch this video. As I said, my name is Jim. My channel is Jim Tells You. I'm going to try to make more of these little videos, just short hits on news pieces and articles that I find interesting. If you like it, please leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know if you like this type of content. I will continue. I do live streams every Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm also adding a Friday night stream at 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern Time. I haven't worked that out yet, and possibly a Saturday night stream. Along with, I do appear on other shows throughout the week, such as Good Logic, which I suggest you give him a sub if you haven't already. He does great content covering the Diddy trial right now. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you all soon in the comments and in the chat.